Hey everybody, movie fan Z here. So I just got finished watching the Apple Plus original movie Tetris, directed by John S. Baird and starring Taron Egerton. So this movie introduces us to Hank Rogers, who is a video game salesman in the late 80s who comes across Tetris and wants to acquire the worldwide rights to it, as well as the video game and handheld rights to it, as it came to be known. And a lot of this takes place in the Soviet Union, where it was first created. And in there you get introduced to Alexei Pachinov, who is kind of under pressure because the Soviet Union wants to control the sale of this property. And there's a lot of corruption and lies involved in that. So, like I said, Taron Egerton is in this movie. And he plays Hank Rogers. Now, who plays Alexei? Nikita Efremov. And I thought those two were the best parts of this movie. But let's get back to John S. Baird for a second. So, John S. Baird, a couple years ago, did Stan and Ollie with Steve Coogan and John C. Reilly, the story of that comedy duo, and that's what he's known for. But what I liked about this movie is it was a very good movie. It had a lot of intrigue, and I was interested to see where it was going. And along with that, it was very intense and thrilling. I thought it was an interesting story, and I was just with it the entire time, seeing what happened next. You get the great performances, like I said, from Taron and Nikita. And one other cool thing I liked, and it's related to the video game aspect of it, is when you had like transition scenes, and it would show a lot of it in like the 80s style block look. And it show that, and then it go to the real world, and I thought that was kind of cool because it's based off a video game in the late 80s. If I had to say a small negative, it might be that at times there was just so much being thrown at you in terms of like what's happening like behind the scenes. And while it was interesting, at times it was just a little too much to try to decipher what was happening. But overall, I really like this movie. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. I think people should check it out if you're interested in thrillers, but also if you're interested in the making or the history of Tetris. But that is my review for 2023's Tetris. Come back next time for another review. This is Movie Fan Z signing off. Have a good night.